tsamaya re leng teng mo bogompienong re setse re latlhegetswe ke matshelo a le 93 compared to matshelo a le 80 mo ngwageng o hitileng ga re le mo ditseleng a re ipabaleleng re itemogela gore bontsi jwa batho ba e leng gore ba latlhegelwa ke matshelo ke ba e leng gore ke di-pedestrian.
It's just gone 9 o'clock Central African Time. This is BTV News. We are broadcasting live from the nation's capital. I'm Olibide Samoka. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Government has taken several steps to develop the nursing profession in Botswana. Northeast District declared free from the foot and mouth disease. The battle to avoid the Botswana Premier League chop will be on this weekend. Binelon Sole is interpreting in sign language now in our first story. The Vice President, Mr. BOTSWANA, says the government has taken several steps to develop the nursing profession in Botswana, including continually sending nurses for further studies to improve their professional standing and to also enable them to attend international conferences. Mr. BOTSWANA said this at the commemoration of International Nurses Day in Tsabong.
Developing the nursing profession will always remain key for Botswana. Here at the Nurses Day celebration in Tsabong, the Vice President Tsohwane shared that training of nurses will continue as they need to develop their skill set to ensure that they deliver the highest level of care to their patients. He said it is vital for Botswana to keep up with the latest developments in the healthcare savers. In recognition of their savers, he added, government has also taken steps to appoint nurses to lead some DHMT across the country.
The government, through Ministry of Health, has made great progress in taking the nursing profession to the next level of development. Some of the achievements reached as a result of these efforts include, among others, the following: appointment of the first ever Director of Nursing and Midwifery Services, sending hundreds of nurses for further studies, and facilitating nurses to equally attend international conferences.
As a ministry whose largest staff is made up of nurses, we surely regard this day as a special one, and we are always more than ready to join the nursing fraternity in celebrating that day.
He continued to share that the safety of nurses at their workplace remains a priority for the government of the day. Nurses were applauded for the daily sacrifice they do all the time.
Botswana nurses are still sticking to the Code of Conduct, Code of International Conduct of Nurses. Hence, is evident through the health of Botswana. Botswana are taken care of by these nurses.
We say thank you and we acknowledge what it is that you do for us. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for always going above and beyond your call.
After the celebrations, the Vice President officially opened the Youth-Friendly Health Service Center at Setelo Clinic in Tsabong, designated to accommodate young people when they need help. BTV News at Tsabong.
The Matakat Foundation has funded the University of Botswana with 10 million pula to conduct a Pan-African Indigenous Evaluation Consortium Overview project set to run for a year. Commending the foundation for its generous contribution, the university's principal investigator on the project, Professor Bagiale Chilisa, stated that the university remains committed in making strides in creating robust tools and frameworks that will benefit the citizens of Botswana and the African continent as a whole. She made the remarks last night in Gaborone when launching the project. Mojane Mukibelo was there.
The University of Botswana, as one of the leading research institutions in Botswana and in Africa, has fought to be at the center stage in assuring that it co-creates tools and the frameworks that address challenges faced by communities in Botswana and Africa. The funding from the Mastercard Foundation comes at an opportune time where research innovation play an integral part in making informed decisions when making evaluations on different sectors of economy.
Indigenous knowledge systems in these various sectors can inform the methodologies and the frameworks and the ethics that we use when you do evaluation. We believe that when you do evaluation in the health sector, we believe that there are some ethical principles that come from the culture that should inform the health sector.
We need dimensions of different types of research in Africa, and therefore please start putting together that big pot where you're going to draw to finance these people to actually expand. For instance, if you do these protocols, maybe departments have to grow. Maybe you need more heads of departments. Maybe you need other types of people.
The project will further develop African communities through well-researched protocols aligning to their needs.
You have government, civil society, and the private sector coming together to drive national development. When you talk of our national development plans, currently we are developing NDP, National Development Plan 12. In theory, all those players are supposed to be around the table, planning together. But the same also has to apply when it comes to implementation. We have to implement together at national, because they are national documents.
The 10 million pula inducted to the University of Botswana to carry out the project is expected to produce outcomes that will drive, initiate, formulate, as well as evaluate policies and frameworks in different sectors of economy, including agriculture, health, entrepreneurship, amongst others. Mojane Mukibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
In a significant step towards inclusivity and child development, an outdoor jungle gym designed for the students living with disability has been opened at Kapamadi Primary School in Khanzi. Senfire Motheo Copper, in collaboration with Kwanukeng Oil, constructed an outdoor jungle gym as part of their corporate social responsibility. Lisa Gomokwesi compared this one.
Play areas are vital for child's development, offering various social skills and enhancing physical strength, especially for those with special needs. Therefore, this donation is highly valued by the school.
Community health.
We look at issues such as community health, youth development, women empowerment and education. As Motheo Copper Mine, we are always happy to help in anything that will benefit the youth and any educational program.
As
Kwanukeng, we have taken a decision to give back to the community of Khanzi every year for a period that will be part of the Senfire stakeholders.
In our school.
Let us take this opportunity to appreciate your effort. Building this jungle gym has cost you money equivalent to the amount that can build a classroom.
They have constructed this jungle gym around 118,000.
The school had stated that the management does not view these students as disabled, but treating them equally with other students. Here we live with our disabled children every day, and they are inclusive. We just treat them the same way we treat other students. If I punish them when they have done something wrong, I just punish them just like a normal student.
ke mo phanisha le ka ke phanisha ngwana mongwe le mongwe go sekolo
Erentswa go to the special class. Mo go buile gore nya, it's time to change our mindset. You are special, yes, ka lu dirang ka te. Mmehela, we have to change our mindset. Re itse gore lona le bokgoni hela ka mongwe le mongwe. We have the ability ya ka mongwe le mongwe. We have the capability ya ka mongwe le mongwe. You all have talent. Lona le bokgoni ka kakaretso.
This jungle gym, specifically designed for special unit class, was built at the cost of 118,000 pula. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Gantsi.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Africa Roundtable, Mr. Kipson Gundani, says the main purpose of the roundtable is to bring chief executive officers together to dialogue and exchange ideas on entrepreneurship. Speaking at the CEO Africa Roundtable Botswana chapter launch, he added that Africa has a lot of potential that needs to be unleashed.
The CEO Africa Roundtable, which consists of a number of African countries, is a platform that provides equal access to entrepreneurs to exchange ideas and have opportunities that can help unleash their potential.
So, at the roundtable, it's all a question of using what you have to get what you want. So what we have in Africa, we've got the people, we've got the land, we've got the resources, we've got the fairly good climate conditions. And we are saying, let's come together and unleash the potential that is embedded within our blessings from the Lord and make Africa a better place. There is no reason whatsoever to have a country in Africa with a GDP per capita of less than $1,000.
Through this platform, entrepreneurs are encouraged and empowered to make their businesses thrive.
The launch of the CEO Africa Roundtable Botswana chapter opens a channel of dialogue, a platform where business leaders and government officials come together, exchange ideas, share insight, and build strategies that reflect on the development of economic and investment opportunities.
Government has also developed many policies that support business development.
The most important thing is that as Ministry of Entrepreneurship, we are actually working hard in terms of easing the ease of doing business in Botswana. So as much as we see CEO Africa Roundtable comes in here, we're expecting a lot of different business people to come in, and they should be, it should be easier to invest in Botswana as compared to what it was before the ministry was actually formed.
The CEO Africa Roundtable invites as many entrepreneurs as possible to join the platform, as that would help enlarge their markets. Terry Makhoeng, BTV News, Gaborone.
You're watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now, moving on, the Zone 6B in Northeast has been declared foot and mouth disease free after the government has put all protocols control measures in place. The Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Fidelis Malau, updated residents and farmers in the Zone 6B containment zone in a quarter meeting in Samaya. Bethany Mando has more.
This footage is from last year, when the Department of Veterinary Services was conducting a mopping exercise, removing all cattle from the FMD Zone 6B containment area declared in August 2022. The affected villages south of Bisoli Gate include Ibutali, where the disease was first detected, Singawe, Sivia, Jaglas number 1 and 2, Ramokwebana, Tesebe and Zamaya, to name but a few. After 20 months of controlling the disease, the zone is now free from FMD and ready to welcome cattle again.
Lona ine a re hela mo nakong e seng kae ra kgona gore re be re heditse tiro e re kgontshitseng gore mo tsatsing la gompieno re be re eme ha ke tla go le rolela semmuso gore tiro e wetse semmuso ya go phepahatsa kgaolo e.
In your containment zone, we were able to control the spread of FMD in a shorter period of time. This is the reason why I am here to inform you that your zone has been reinstated to be an FMD-free area. On top of that, we invited the World Organization for Animal Health to come here and conduct their own inspections on the status of the zone. They too agreed with us that there are no signs of FMD in your zone.
Me le bone ba dira bitsana pejwa bone ba re tlhatlhoba ba dumalana le rona gore ka boammaaruri tiro e wetse ebile ga go bona le matlhasedi ape a bolwetse jwa tlhako le molomo mo kgaolong ya rona.
Ke ne re kopa tona gore zone e re mo go yone e batele molwane.
As we are closer to the border, we request that we should be given priority to use some of the ranches bought by government for livestock farming.
Rona ba kwano gore le ka bona gore re ka se senye dikgomo tsa rona go ko.
The next phase involves restocking cattle, which will commence very soon and expected to be concluded in August.
Loka simolola jaanong ba re nang le didiba tse di kategileng re go katolla didiba tsa rona.
You can start maintenance of your boreholes and crawls so that they can be ready for restocking.
Emela go simolola go amogela thulaganyo ya gore dikgomo di busediwe mo kgaolong ye ya rona.
While this is a positive development, farmers have requested that the government consider some of their concerns before restocking begins. Restocking of cattle is taking place during the drought season. Our boreholes are dry, and this is going to be very difficult for us. It could be better to restock in October during the rainy period.
Dingwe tsa di-proposal tse ne ke di bolela ka tsone ke gore a re batla dikgomo tsa rona di taleng hakere.
Some of the proposals I shared with you included when do you want restocking to take place, and these are some of the issues that you should take the lead on and write to government before decisions are taken.
Re simoleng re berekeng kara re kwaleng dikwalo tsa rona re kopeng ko puso.
More than 900 farmers will receive cattle, with over 7,000 heads of cattle to be distributed. Eligible farmers are encouraged to make the necessary preparations to welcome the animals. Bethany Mandu, BTV News, Tamaya.
Minister of Defence and Security, Mr. Kagiso Musi, says government continues to deliver on its promises of ensuring that Botswana and their properties are protected. Minister Musi stated this at the official opening of the Tsidila Molomo police post, which is the 34th police post handed over since the 2015-2016 financial year. The police post, constructed at a cost of over 700,000 Bula, will play a crucial role in addressing crime. Lone Sokobo.
This police post, constructed at a cost of 775,636 Pula, will be crucial addressing the high crime rate, a persistent concern between South Africa and Botswana. It was emphasized that effective crime fighting requires collaboration between the community, the police and village leadership. The government plans to eventually upgrade this post into full-fledged police station. Peace and stability continues to reign in Botswana due to cooperation between the government and stakeholders. This marks the 34th police post handed over since 2015-2016 financial year. It is very important to invest in the law enforcement sector as it promotes peace and stability, as well as impacting on developing the country's economy. The long-awaited police post will pave a way for a border post into the neighboring South Africa. During the handover ceremony, residents of Tshidilamolomo were also presented with a police van and urged to ensure the upkeep of these resources for their continued benefit. Olwane Sekobo, BTV News, Tshidilamolomo.
Beef farmers in the country have been urged to unite in the fight against animal diseases for easy prevention and control measures. The principal scientific officer at the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Kibizele Mosele, says beef farmers should take measures to prevent the outbreak of foot and mouth disease in South Africa from spreading to Botswana, which could negatively impact the farmers' economy. Mr. Mosele cited that recently at the workshop organized by Ministry of Agriculture for farmers at Matubudikwani. Budulo Mohorosi with the details.
The ongoing workshops held by Ministry of Agriculture continues to disseminate knowledge to farmers, progress well especially in borderlines and wetlands. And this came after an outbreak of foot and mouth diseases in South Africa. We need to ensure that this disease does not cross to our nation by raising awareness to farmers to take care of their livestock, making sure that they don't mix with other livestock from South Africa. We really need to protect our nation, our livestock, which is the economy of Botswana. Every disease has to be reported to the veterinary officers in a short period of time before it gets transmitted, because by so doing that, we will manage to prevent such disease. Mr. Kibitelepe Motsele highlighted some of challenges encountered as a result of the foot and mouth diseases. When cattle cross to South Africa and return, they should not mix with other cattle here. They need to be reported to relevant authorities, and they need to be isolated, and some need to be killed, and that need a proper management of cattle. Attendees of this workshop expressed gratitude for the knowledge shared, emphasizing that they will apply it to other government programs like Tuele Tlotlo and Temole Tlotlo to achieve positive results. The workshop was mainly focusing on farm management, and this came at the right time after the launch of government initiative like Tuele Tlotlo. So as when we talk of animal production, we may have an understanding. We were not aware of the outbreak of certain diseases, and this workshop has revealed to us the importance of taking care of our livestock, as we are people living in borderlines, and this livestock often cross these borders. I believe what we have learned here today as people of the river, it will bring a difference to our lives and surrounding area. Farmers were urged to personally know their livestock instead of relying solely on caretakers. The workshop had 70 participants who successfully graduated. Budulo Mogorosi, BTV News, Matubudukwani.
The Assistant Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Mabusepule, says the Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the UN in 2015 acknowledge the critical role of families in addressing climate change and achieving sustainable development. Mr. Pule was speaking in Kazungula yesterday at the commemoration of International Day of Families. Kiale Bhayole compiled this one.
National vision stipulates that by 2036, sustainable and optimal use of natural resources will have transformed the country's economy and uplifted people's livelihoods. Assistant Minister says by promoting sustainable farming practices such as conservation agriculture and agroforestry could help mitigate the effects of climate change and how it ultimately affects families, particularly those living in urban areas, as they are the most vulnerable.
As we celebrate the International Day of the Family, let us recognize the interconnectedness of our lives and the planet we call home. Let us join hands as families, communities, and the nation at large to address the urgent challenge of climate change and ensure sustainable future for all. Tomorrow may be too late. Together we can make a difference. Together we can protect our families and our planet from the ravages of climate change.
The United Nations recognizes the role of the family unit and is said to be the pillar on which societies are built. We are gathered here today to share information and raise awareness on issues of climate change and how it affects families. Also, as families, how can we accept the ever-changing climate and how we can mitigate it? Various stakeholders, such as the Khosi and councillors, reiterated the importance of the family unit and the vital role of a family as a nation-building entity. My wish is to see peace amongst family members. Families should be a little heaven that we all yearn for. I have been married since 1996 and I am proud of my family and the peace that reigns amongst us. This day is celebrated every year by all UN member states to reflect on policies and programs intended to celebrate the successes and address the challenges faced by families. BTV News, Kazungula.
Well, that is the news this hour. Do stay with us. Ntebogang Sebetlela on standby to take you through the world of sport. Ntebogang, it's your turn.
Thank you very much, Samuka. Now, Botswana Tonight, sports news follows with me, Ntebogang Sebetlela. The battle to avoid the Botswana Premier League chop will be on this weekend as the Botswana Premier League enters a week 28 matches. Ryan Kanguyani.
In one such a battle for survival, Police 11, currently occupying the basement with 20 points from 4 wins, 8 draws and 15 losses, welcomes BDF 11 at VTM Arena. The Jungle Kings need nothing but a win to keep their status in the Elite League. A loss against the Camo Boys will leave Nelson Ulibide's side in danger, as a win or a draw for Nico United against Masitauka or a win for Muruple Wanderers against Tafik will relegate them to the First Division South League. To date, the Camo Boys are 7th on the log with 32 points from 7 wins, 11 draws and 9 losses from 27 games. In the other Saturday games, Gaborone United welcomes Orapa United at Lubatse Sport Complex, while at Dinaledi Football Academy, Masitauka will lie in wait for Nico United. Muruple Wanderers and Tafik will entertain each other at Palape Stadium. 11 Angels host Holy Ghost at Obed Itani Chulume Stadium. Kickoff for all the games is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Ryan Kanguyani, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
The champions of the First Division North League will be revealed tomorrow, with the Northern Tier League playing its last fixtures for the 2023-2024 season. 3 teams are currently in contention for the automatic promotion spot. Log leaders Chadibe FC will be up against Mbalakalungu, while second place Mutlakase Power Dynamos will take on Mahalape BR Highlanders. Meanwhile, third place Ankoyo Bushbucks will take on another Mahalape side in Santa Green. Any one of this team could be crowned champions after tomorrow's fixtures. Meanwhile, in the First Division South League, Black Forest will welcome Notwani to Mankodi in a battle to avoid relegation. Both teams are separated by a single point on the log standings and will need maximum points to avoid relegation. Dasetenga will also need maximum points as they welcome Extension Grass to Zabong. Another relegation candidate, Mogodisana Fighters, will also be looking to collect points from third place City Pola, while the champions joining Young Stars will be aiming to finish in style as they take on Presence 11 in front of their fence and joining. Botswana Cycling Association President Kagiso Potongwane said all is set and done to host a successful Botswana National Road Cycling Championship that will be hosted at Odze Police College this Sunday.
All our races are going to be starting
at Otse Police College, right in front of the police college. And we are using the road from that police college to Kanye. So we have different distances, and the longest distance is 140 kilometers. They'll be going all the way to Kanye and back. So it's really a scenic road, and we chose it specifically because of interesting hills that help the cyclists to really compete, and so that the best cyclists can win the race. So that is the road that we'll be using for all the events on Sunday. Lack of funds, we don't have monetary or prizes for this year, but I can tell you for sure, having that medal that you are the national champion is enough incentive for our cyclists. And I've been seeing how hard they have been training, so they are all going to be out there fighting with everything they have to get that honor of being a crowned national champion. Even if you don't win, those who are on the podium, maybe taking second position, third position, they still accumulate points that we can consider when we do national team selection. So it's a fight out there. We are hoping that with the next disciplines that we are going to be hosting in June and July, we'll probably have prize money. But for this particular event, we don't have prize money. Our structure is fed by our affiliate clubs, and they are all around the country. We have clubs in Bo, Orapa, Letlhakane, all the way down to the south. So these clubs are the ones that are grooming and training athletes to ensure that they are in shape for national championships. And we really appreciate the effort that they are doing. We have coaches, some of them are qualified coaches, international qualified coaches, who help our youngsters to train and be in good shape for the nationals. So the clubs are our feeder to the nationals themselves.
The trio of Fatima Dino of the Jungle Queens Netball Club, Hilda Binam from Johnny Netball Club, and Gelezo Honto of Beauty of Cats said they have learned a lot from their short stint in the Singapore Netball Super League, where they were invited through the Netball Super League International Player Program. They also promised to share their experiences with their respective clubs in a quest to improve the standard of netball locally.
The trio, who was selected back in 2022 following Botswana's victory at the Netball Nations Cup in Singapore, appreciated efforts made by the Netball Super League International Player Program, stressing that the experience they gained in the month-long program will go a long way in improving netball locally.
Like our management from police even the welfare the player so I just feel from them. So it was a very good experience for me. Singapore Super League, yeah, even the discipline, the way they do things.
The exciting part you know, my teammates Fatima Hilda, they were like very supportive, and I want to believe that they were like very proud of me as their junior kind of their younger sister, I would say so, because throughout the process because Hilda and Nana experience, she's played there for like 4 years or so, and support from them, which they actually gave me and which made things better for me.
The three beneficiaries also encourage netball players in local league to work hard so they can also benefit from the program to experience playing in a different league, something they say will expose them to other opportunities at international level.
Total difference between bolo ya rona le bolo ya bone. Bolo Africa la Asia is a bit different because ko re la re le ka kwaela bone ke batho ba dumela mo speed mo bolo nye tsamayang, so kwa mo Botswana like re batho ba re dumela thata mo patience, so but bolo bone I just feel gore ba taole o le fit tota gore o bo khona go etshameka. I kitse gore ba dira yang, but like ne re train only 2 days, but ka weekend ha le ba match go atabogiwa ka reng ke heletse le nna ke tsere tsana mo morale re bona gore no, this is how people do things, so lorna maybe ya ka re tsana go Botswana le maban let's get training ya police, so ne ke ba bolella ke le go ba bontsha mo gongwe le mo tselele gore ne re dira ka kwa.
That I would like to say work hard, maintain your fitness like throughout the year, because you never know gore wa go bidwa leng. You never know gore ga gona le competition link kana ga gona le selection link call up link, so just do things the way they're supposed to be done, you know, do the proper rehab, like do train mmele wa gago how feel gore me gone ka re goga mmelo wa me ga wana sente, it's okay to let the body rest. So yeah, that's what I'd like to say. Work hard, keep fit all the time.
The two who arrived this past Saturday will be on course as their respective teams are preparing for the Lucara Netball League second round, which commenced this weekend. It will be a battle for top 8 spot in both northern and southern zones, and the winners will proceed to the national championships. Komzo Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Now, and lastly, the chairperson of National Referees Committee at Botswana Football Association, Tikaramo Ramadubu, has hailed the women referees who attended and completed the 5-day intermediate referees course for their devotion and commitment to the course both in class and fitness sessions. Speaking at the official closing of the course at Likidi Football Center in Gaborone, Ramadubu encouraged the referees to translate what they had learned into the field of play. Kagiso Malelekwa with more.
Ramadubu employed many referees to continue working hard to ensure that they elevate the standard of football in their respective regions.
So it be fitting that you excuse yourself just for this week to come and empower yourself. There is nothing key in life than a person who empowers him or herself. And I want to congratulate you for that. 35 beautiful women from 16 regions of football, which is almost across the entire country, are in attendance today. They have been empowered. This course is not about coming to the giddy and getting certificates or socializing. It is about empowering, and not just empowering a girl child.
Botswana Football Association Referees Manager Priscilla Satsoga said the higher number of women participation in football refereeing is a clear indication of growth in local football.
We are happy to notice or to identify potential in different regions, and also to see an increment in number of referees.
The big question is, what did the course entails?
Our mandate here was to enhance the girl child with the knowledge, to ensure there is uniformity in the application of the laws of the games, to ensure the girl child is also aware of the changes in football as pertaining to laws of the game, to impart with the knowledge for football understanding, to prepare you to be able to face or to be able to take crucial decisions, and to also employ the correct tactical approach.
The course participants applauded Botswana Football Association for promoting women referees.
I'm not expecting I want us to promise BFA we are here to stay. We're going to push hard. We're going to reach the level but FIFA.
35 referees from 16 BFA regions attended the intermediate course and are expected to start officiating at the National First Division Leagues. Kariso Molelekwa, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
From Botswana Tonight, Sports Desk, that was all we had for you this evening. For now, back to Samoka to remind you of the backheads.
Right, thank you so much. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Before we wrap it up, let's take a reminder of our top stories. Government has taken several steps to develop the nursing profession in Botswana. Northeast District declared free from foot and mouth disease. And the battle to avoid the Botswana Premier League chop will be on this weekend. And that is all we had for you this hour. Thank you for staying with us. Weather's up next.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight's weather forecast. It's brought to you by Kumo Sesau Monarch. This evening, clear skies are visible over the entire country, and on Saturday, we are still expecting some clear skies over the entire country. In the morning, we're expecting some cold temperatures over northeast and northern central district, ranging between 5 to 7 degrees Celsius. Over the remaining district, we're expecting some mild temperatures. In the afternoon, we're expecting some warm temperatures over the entire country, ranging between 27 to 30 degrees Celsius. On Sunday, we're expecting few patches of clouds to be visible over southern central and northeast district. Over the remaining district, we're expecting some clear skies. In the afternoon, we're expecting some warm temperatures over the entire country, ranging between 26 to 30 degrees Celsius. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.